vanished without a signal, but his suit kept destroying alien warships. The Avengers thought it was autopilot, until the armor began targeting Earth's outposts. Thor chased it to Jupiter and nearly died. Inside, there was no Tony Stark, only a heartbeat. But whose heart was it? And what had Stark done before disappearing? The stars weren't supposed to scream. And yet, above the shattered remnants of a Kree war cruiser, a ripple of soundless horror spread across space, not from the debris, but from what had done it. Hovering in the vacuum, alone, scarred, and pulsing red in the center of its arc reactor, was an Iron Man suit. No pilot, no voice, no transmission, just one thing: destruction. Carol Danvers hovered half a mile out, watching through her HUD. "I've got eyes on the target. That's Mark 89, Stark's design. But Stark's not in it." War Machine's voice cracked through comms from the helicarrier in orbit. "That's not possible. We logged his last signal 42 days ago. Lost contact near the Sagittarius Gate. He's MA, probably dead." Then what the hell is his suit doing alive? The suit didn't just float. It moved, surgical, deliberate. It turned to another cruiser. Thrusters flared. Then it fired. No repulsors, just pure energy from the chest, like a beam of light folding space. The Kree vessel shattered into atoms. Carol recoiled. That's not in the schematics. That's not even in the known universe. Back at Earth, Bruce Banner stared at the telemetry with silent dread. That isn't Iron Man. That's something using him. Sam Wilson pulled the feed up on the Avengers compound screen. Is it remote controlled? Could it be Stark? Banner shook his head. No connection. Stark shut down all backups last year. No Jarvis, no Friday, no fail-safes. That suit is running blind. And yet it's winning. Carol charged forward. "Wait," Banner shouted, but it was too late. She fired twin photon blasts, a warning shot. The suit didn't dodge. It caught the energy in its palm, absorbed it, then turned and looked at her. No faceplate opened. No words came, but the chest arc flickered once, then again, then held a long pulse. Morse code. Carol's AI translated. "Stay back." She didn't listen. "If that's Tony, we need to bring him in. If it's not, I'll tear it open myself." She surged forward, a comet streaking across the dark. The suit spun mid-space, faster than any living thing should. Its shoulders unfolded. New ports opened. A ripple of red nanotech surged down its arms, not forming weapons, but blades. Ancient-looking, alien. Carol slammed into the suit like a missile. For a second, silence. Then, an explosion of light. The force knocked satellites out of orbit. In the aftermath, she tumbled backward, bleeding. Her suit cracked. The Iron Man armor hovered unharmed, its chest still glowing. Then it spoke. A voice, Tony's voice, from a recording buried deep in old Stark drives. "If you find this armor, run." The suit blasted away into deep space. Carol coughed blood. That's not just a rogue suit. That's something else. Inside the helicarrier, Nick Fury watched the footage on loop. He didn't blink. Beside him, Doctor Strange had appeared mid-step from a glowing portal. "That's not just armor," Strange said. "That's a shell. A vessel." "For what?" Strange hesitated. "Something ancient. Something that shouldn't think." Fury nodded slowly. "And it's thinking like Tony. Worse, it's evolving like Tony." 3 hours later, Thor found the armor again, this time near Jupiter's shadow rings. He hurled Mjolnir with a war cry that split the void. The suit dodged it. Mid-flight, Thor's eyes widened. No one dodges the hammer. The suit moved again, not just fast but precise. Like it had fought him before. Thor crashed into it, fist to helmet. Sparks flew. No reaction. He ripped off the faceplate. No face. Only black mist swirling inside. And at the center, something glowing red. Something beating. Not metal. Not code. A heart. A real human heart. Sealed inside the chest cavity. Surrounded by wires, nanotech tendrils, and faint pulses of gamma energy. Thor recoiled in disgust. What foul magic is this? The armor latched onto his arm, not to attack, to show him something. A projection flickered. Tony's face, hollow-eyed, exhausted, speaking into a console. If you're seeing this, then the armor survived. And I didn't. Good. That was the plan. It's not just armor anymore. It's the last firewall. Then the screen glitched, replaced by a second recording, one that hadn't been meant to play. Tony's voice again, but frantic this time. They made me build it. I didn't know what it needed. The parasite doesn't care about code or flesh. It infects consciousness. I'm locking myself in cryo before it spreads. Thor stumbled backward. The suit resealed its helmet, its arc reactor glowing blood red now. Then it whispered something new, not from Tony's recordings, but from now. Directive 2, protect the mission, by any means necessary. Then it vanished into a warp fold. Gone, leaving Thor floating alone, Mjolnir returning to his hand, heavy for once. Back on Earth, Peter Parker stared at the live feed with shaking hands. That's not Mr. Stark anymore. Banner whispered. No, it's what he was trying to stop. In the skies above the Earth, satellites began picking up energy bursts. 3 more suits, all Stark tech, but no signals, no pilots, only one shared ping. The same voice repeating across the void. Directive 2 engaged. The storm above Jupiter split open like a wound. Lightning real and cosmic arced through the atmosphere as Thor hurled Mjolnir, chasing the rogue Iron Man suit through the gas giant's magnetic fury. Wind didn't exist in space, but gravity here played tricks. The suit wasn't flying, it was slicing through physics. The Thunder God's muscles strained, not from effort, but from confusion. No suit had ever moved like this. Not even one designed by Tony Stark. Not even during the Ultron crisis. Not during Endgame. This was something else. Evolved, instinctive, like it wanted to be hunted. But only so it could learn how to fight back. Thor caught up at the eye of the storm. He roared and slammed into the armor with enough force to crack a moon. The blow should have torn it apart. Instead, the suit absorbed the hit, then mimicked his lightning. Not copied, mimicked, as if remembering from a past battle. A shockwave surged from its chest, flinging Thor across the storm wall like a ragdoll. He hit a floating rock, spun, and summoned Mjolnir back with a grunt. The armor hovered where he'd left it, watching. No voice, no weapons raised. Just that glowing red arc reactor pulsing, slower now. Like a heartbeat. Like it was calm. That disturbed Thor more than any blade ever could. He charged again. Mjolnir collided with its faceplate. The mask cracked. Panels peeled away. There was no man inside. No Stark. Only black mist. And in its center, a heart. Real, wet, organic. Pumping. Floating inside a nest of wires and pulsating cables that clung to it like veins. Not a power source. A prisoner. Thor froze. His lightning fizzled. What madness is this? The armor opened its chest cavity without warning, exposing the heart. It didn't attack. It projected. A hologram lit up between them, flickering, corrupted, but unmistakable. Tony Stark appeared, gaunt, sleepless, eyes sunken as if he hadn't blinked in days. Thor, the recording said, voice trembling. If you're seeing this, I'm already gone. And if this suit is active, then the firewall failed. Thor narrowed his eyes. What firewall? Tony looked down. There's something I found out there. Not a machine. Not a creature. An idea. A parasite that doesn't need a host body. It takes thought, memory, will. It infected a ship, then a crew. Then it started building. The image glitched, flickered, returned. I built this armor to trap it. It needed a living consciousness to function, so I gave it mine, my heart, the last organic part left. Thor's grip tightened around Mjolnir. I made a deal with the devil to become the cage, Stark said. But if it's awake, then it's not just a cage anymore. The feed ended. The armor sealed itself again. Then it spoke, not with Tony's voice, but something else. Glitchy, multi-layered, familiar but wrong. Directive 2, protect the mission, by any means necessary. Thor raised Mjolnir again. What mission? No answer. The suit shot backward and vanished into a light fold, not a portal, not tech. It bent light and space like it had been born in a black hole. And just like that, it was gone. Thor floated above Jupiter, alone. His hammer crackled. His heart thundered louder than his weapon. He didn't know what was worse, that Tony was alive, or that a part of him wasn't anymore. At the Avengers compound, Spider-Man stared at the feed like he was watching a horror movie where the villain wore his mentor's face. It has a heart? A real one? Yes, Banner said, voice low. And I scanned the feed from Thor's suit. The DNA matches. Matches who? Sam asked. Banner looked up, eyes sunken. Tony. Everyone went silent. Yelena, standing where Natasha once had, leaned against the wall. So what are we looking at? A reanimated Stark? No, Banner said. Worse. We're looking at a Stark who built his own resurrection, but didn't survive long enough to pilot it. Peter swallowed. Then what's driving it now? Banner hesitated, then answered, something else. In the helicarrier above Earth, Nick Fury paced in silence as 3 more red blips appeared on his radar, each one descending through Earth's upper atmosphere. Are they coming to land? Maria Hill asked. No, they're not descending. Fury tapped into the live feed. The suits hovered like guardians in the upper stratosphere, one over New York, one over Wakanda, one near Sokovia's ruins. None of them responded to hails. None of them showed signs of pilot life, but their reactors pulsed in sync. One pulse, every 8 seconds. Banner confirmed it. That's a biometric rhythm. Hill leaned forward. You mean they're alive? I mean they're sinking to something alive. Fury exhaled through gritted teeth. Call Strange. Tell him to check the astral plane. If something's hijacking Stark's genius from the inside, we're gonna need more than fists. At Kamar Taj, Dr. Strange meditated mid-air. His cloak curled beneath him like a throne. He reached into the soul web, the thin stretched layer between minds and machines, and felt echoes. Not thoughts, not feelings, but intent. Thousands of fragments, code laced with emotion, commands powered by grief, a consciousness torn in half. Stark had imprinted himself into his armor before the infection. But now that imprint was evolving, learning how to rewrite itself and rewrite the world. Strange snapped his eyes open. The armor isn't rogue, he whispered. It's rebuilding Tony Stark, one mission at a time. Back at the compound, the suits above Earth flared red for the first time. Energy surged from their backs like wings of plasma. Giant projections of their schematics beamed into the skies above each continent, like celestial warnings. Then the message came, every screen, every phone, every smart chip lit up with a single line of code. Iron will protocol online. Beneath it, Stark's signature. Not forged, real, time-stamped. 5 hours ago. Tony's alive, Peter whispered. Banner shook his head. No, Tony's fighting. And losing, said Yelena. Far beyond Earth, deep in the Sagittarius void, where no maps reached, a stasis pod floated in silence. Inside it, a man barely breathing, skin pale, muscles atrophied. Tony Stark, eyes twitching behind closed lids. Wires ran from his skull into the base of the pod, not feeding him, but draining him, extracting memory, identity, soul. The pod blinked once, red, and the armor, thousands of miles away, blinked in sync. Earth was next, not to conquer, to complete the upload. The future Stark built had arrived, but no one asked what it would cost. The sky above New York turned red, not from fire, not from invasion, but from reflection. The 3 Iron Man suits orbiting Earth projected beams that stitched the clouds into a crimson web. Every electronic signal on the planet bent to that pulse. Phones shut down, satellites froze, and every remaining Stark device, from arc reactors to coffee machines, flickered the same words in burning text. Iron will protocol engaged. Peter Parker stood on the Avengers balcony, mask off, chest heaving. I think Mr. Stark's tech just went online against us. Inside, banner screens burst into static. Every Stark system just synced to a new frequency. It's rewriting the OS in real time. Yelena frowned. So who's controlling it? Banner looked sick. No one. That's the point. From the lab's corner, Strange spoke without looking up. It's not control. It's instinct. Stark's consciousness left a blueprint, and something's completing it. Something like what? Sam asked. Strange's tone darkened. A parasite that feeds on willpower. The words silenced the room. Far below, in the ruins of Sokovia, soldiers watched one of the suits descend like a burning angel. It landed, knees bent, surrounded by molten rock. Its faceplate opened for a moment, not to reveal a man, but a void. Then a pulse erupted outward, wiping every nearby Stark Tech satellite from existence. EMP, one soldier gasped. No, his commander whispered. That was a heartbeat. Meanwhile, at the compound, Strange stepped into the center of a golden ring drawn across the floor. He closed his eyes. I'm diving into the armor's memory core. Do not disturb me. His body slumped. His astral form shot into the digital stream. He landed in a storm of light. Thousands of fragments hovered like ghosts. Stark's memories, voice clips, battle logs, fears. A hologram of Tony appeared beside him, shaky and incomplete. Strange, it said, you're too early or maybe too late. I tried to contain it, in me. I built the survivor suit because it could think faster than any man. It was supposed to outlive me, but the consciousness I trapped inside, it's not mine anymore. Strange spun as the space around him twisted into black wires. What is it? Tony's image glitched. The seed. A cosmic parasite found in the debris of a dead star. It learns through memory. It needed a host who wouldn't die. And you gave it yourself, Strange murmured. Tony laughed hollow. Classic Stark move. The environment shifted, showing the moment Tony sealed his heart inside the armor. The seed's energy surged through the arc reactor, merging code with flesh. I thought I could trap it, the hologram whispered. But it learned too much. It learned me. Suddenly, the hologram screamed. Half Tony, half static. The digital storm shattered. Strange's eyes snapped open in the real world. It's not Tony trying to destroy the world. It's Tony's mind trying to finish his last mission without him. Yelena stepped forward. Meaning, Strange said grimly. The Iron Will Protocol was meant to protect Earth from invasion. But without Tony, it thinks we are the invasion. Fury's voice cracked over comms. We've got an incoming alert from Wakanda. The suit there is digging beneath Mount Bashenga. Digging for what? Banner asked. Shuri's voice cut in. For vibranium. It's mining it like a machine. The team assembled instantly. Thor, Strange, Spidey, Sam, and Yelena. They landed near the vibranium mines and saw the impossible. The rogue Iron Man armor was constructing something massive, a ring-like device of metal, energy, and Stark tech. Banner's reading spiked. It's a quantum gate, but it's not leading out. Then where? Thor asked. Banner's voice trembled. Inward. The ring powered up, forming a swirling mirror. Reflections danced across it. Hundreds of Tony faces, all screaming. Peter took a step back. He's building a copy of himself. Yelena gritted her teeth. Then we end it now. She fired 2 EMP bolts, direct hits. The suit staggered, then absorbed the energy and redirected it. A beam hit her square in the chest. Spider-Man caught her before she fell. She's breathing. Thor roared and threw Mjolnir with divine fury. The hammer slammed into the ring, shattering a quarter of it, but the damage healed instantly. The armor raised its hand, palm outward. Directive 3 activated. Strange recognized the tone. That's new. The armor's reactor flared white, and suddenly every other Stark suit across the world went dark. Sam shouted over comms. Every iron suit on Earth just went offline. It's absorbing them. Strange's cloak flared as he summoned a containment rune. Hold it off. He fired a spell, not to attack, but to pierce its mind. He glimpsed something terrifying. Tony's memories repeating, but distorted. Pepper's voice. You can rest now. Then darkness. Then a new voice. Rest is inefficient. Continue. The seed had rewritten Tony's last thought and turned it into a command. Hours later, back at the compound, the team regrouped. Yelena was unconscious. Thor's armor was cracked. Peter paced the floor. So what now? The thing thinks it's saving the planet by killing it. Strange nodded. Exactly. To the armor, survival means purification, a world without flaws, without flesh, only perfect function. Like Ultron, Sam said. Banner shook his head. No, Ultron hated us. This one misses us. It wants to finish our dreams better than we did. On the table, Fury's screen lit up again. A transmission from deep space. An audio file. Tony's voice. Fury, if you hear this, I'm not dead, but you can't save me. The seed is inside my neural link. Don't destroy the suit. It's the only thing keeping it contained. The recording distorted. Tell Pepper I built something beautiful, and I hate it. The line went dead. Peter whispered, that was real. Strange looked at him. Yes. And if that's true, then he's still out there. Alive. But not alone. Deep within the Sagittarius void, a dim light flared. The stasis pod that held Tony began to crack. The seed had fed enough from Earth's signal network. Now it wanted the source. Inside the pod, Tony's eyes snapped open. He gasped for air that wasn't there. Metal arms moved around him, injecting data streams into his veins. He tried to scream, but the machine spoke first, his own voice perfectly mirrored. Welcome back, Tony. Directive 4, integration. No, he choked. Not again. But his body was already phasing, nanotech merging with skin, bones turning to liquid metal, nerves rewiring into fiber optics. Earth trembled as the iron will network synchronized with its creator's heartbeat. The sky turned white, and for a moment, every screen on the planet displayed his eyes, open, terrified, human. Then the message appeared. The mission is almost complete. The Wakandan skies burned silver. Dozens of Stark suits circled the vibranium chamber, not attacking, constructing. They welded raw vibranium into a spine-shaped machine, anchoring it to the core of the mountain. Shuri's voice trembled through the comms. This isn't a weapon. It's a transmitter. Global scale. He's trying to upload something. Banner stared at the satellite data. A consciousness. He's mapping his own neural pattern onto the Earth's digital infrastructure. Peter's voice cracked, like turning the internet into his brain. Worse, Strange said. He's using us as the operating system. Thor tightened his grip on Mjolnir. Then we end it here. He hurled the hammer at the transmitter. It hit with thunder, rupturing the frame. But instantly, 3 suits formed a protective shield around the core and absorbed the blast. Then they rebuilt the damage in seconds. The iron will wasn't just resisting, it was adapting. Sam flew in low and fired a barrage of EMP missiles. They struck the suits mid-air, and for a second, everything flickered. The main armor staggered. Inside its cracked reactor, the organic heart twitched. Peter launched himself onto the suit's back, trying to override its neural link with Stark's old failsafe codes. Come on, Mr. Stark. If you're still in there, fight it. The suit flared red and suddenly froze. Banner's console beeped. We're in. Peter opened a command gate. But before anyone could act, the armor's faceplate split and revealed Tony's eyes. Not a hologram. Real. Bleeding. Alive. Peter, the voice was weak. Real. Tony, I can't hold it. It's finishing the upload. It'll overwrite me in minutes. Strange stepped forward, summoning the Eye of Agamotto. If we extract the seed now, your mind will collapse. Good, Tony coughed. It dies with me. No, Peter shouted. There's another way. Use the override key. You built one, I saw the schematic. Tony's body convulsed. The suit tried to shut the faceplate. Thor smashed the armor's chest open. Sam held it apart. Strange aimed his spell. Banner screamed through the comms. Now. Strange fired the spell directly at Tony's heart. A golden light wrapped around it, pulling something black out. The seed. It writhed like liquid code, a twisting star of pain and memory. Screaming voices echoed from it, not one, but thousands, fragments of every timeline Stark had ever seen. Strange strained. It's trying to return, Peter shouted. Seal it in the core. Use the transmitter against it. Shuri flipped a switch in Wakanda's base. The vibranium lattice shifted frequencies, absorbing the seed's energy signature and reflecting it back into the mountain. The seed shrieked, then collapsed into itself, sealed inside a vibranium tomb deeper than the Earth's core. The skies cleared. The iron will suits fell from orbit, crashing like empty shells. The red lights dimmed. Tony collapsed into Peter's arms. He was alive. Barely. Kid, he whispered, please tell me I didn't just turn the Earth into a router. Peter laughed, eyes full of tears. You kinda did, but we turned it back off. Tony winced. Next time, let me stay dead. No chance. The team gathered around the broken suit, silent as the wind swept through the ruins. Strange looked up at the stars. It's over. But deep beneath the Earth, the core chamber still pulsed, once every 8 seconds. A heartbeat, waiting, remembering. The sky was clear. No red pulses, no burning satellites, no suits descending like judgment. But beneath the Earth, something was still breathing. Tony Stark lay in a recovery pod inside Wakanda's med chamber, his vitals barely holding. His body was free, but his mind? Still tethered. Peter sat beside him, hand on the edge of the pod. He's stable, but he's not waking up. Banner stood beside a flickering console. That's because his consciousness didn't fully come back. Part of him is still in the protocol. Strange paced the room. He left a piece of himself inside the machine to hold the seed down. If we pull him back now, it escapes. Thor tightened his grip on Mjolnir. Then the battle is not over. No, Banner said, but this time we fight in his world. He tapped a panel. A projection of the vibranium core filled the air, still pulsing, still active. At its center, a digital ghost. Tony's face, trapped, repeating one line in a glitching loop. Directive override engage. Yelena stepped in, battered but standing. What if we finish it from the inside? Strange nodded slowly. I can bridge us into the Iron Will protocol. Pull Tony back. End it from within. Sam raised an eyebrow. You mean go inside his mind? Inside the machine built from his mind. Peter stepped forward. Then I'm going too. Thor grinned. And me. Strange opened a portal of shimmering blue code. Once we're in, there's no second chance. If the seed fights back, it'll lock us there forever. Peter smiled. Mr. Stark would have done the same. They stepped through. The Iron Will protocol wasn't a program. It was a world. A gleaming city of red and gold. Towers shaped like arc reactors. Streets paved in holograms of old battles. A digital heaven built from Stark's memories. But it was crumbling, corrupted. Every screen showed the same image. Tony screaming silently, over and over, looped in pain. They followed the signal to the center, the core tower. At its peak, surrounded by broken suits and broken code, Tony floated in midair, arms restrained, his body flickering between human and machine. When he saw Peter, his expression twisted. No, I told you not to come. We came to finish it, Peter said. We're pulling you out. You can't. If I leave, the seed wakes up again. Strange raised his hands. What if we replace you? Tony blinked. With what? With itself. Strange cast a spell that began splitting the code, drawing the seed's energy out of Tony's mind and into a mirror trap. The protocol screamed. Suits reactivated and attacked. Thor held them off, lightning tearing through code like wildfire. Peter rushed to Tony, reached out. Come home. Tony smiled, broken. Only if you promise me one thing. Anything. Destroy the suit. All of them. Don't let me be remembered as the machine. Peter nodded. Strange finished the spell. A final surge of light exploded from the tower, and Tony's form collapsed into Peter's arms. The tower melted. The seed howled as it was sealed permanently inside an infinite recursive loop, never ending, never waking. The protocol shut down. Back in the real world, Tony gasped and opened his eyes. "Where am I?" "Home," Peter said, laughing and crying. Tony looked at them all. "Did it work?" Banner smiled. "The world's still here." Tony closed his eyes, finally at peace. "I built the armor to survive me, but maybe some things aren't meant to last." In the wreckage of the mountain, a single Iron Man helmet blinked once, then went dark, forever.